The people of Essex can rest easy tonight. It seems there is no lion on the loose after all. Police called off a huge search this afternoon after finding no evidence that any such animal was in the area. So was this just a classic bank holiday wild goose chase, or rather wild cat chase? Well, Jane Dodge has been down to Essex to find out what really happened.
It certainly fits the description. It's a lion and it's in Essex. One snag though, it's behind bars in Colchester Zoo, along with 2 lionesses.
So are these 3 the only lions in Essex? Or is there another one roaming free through nearby fields and hedgerows? Well, the police seemed to think so last night.
Dozens of armed officers arrived at the small village of St Osyth after a 999 call that a lion was on the loose. Holidaymakers on a caravan site had spotted it, or so they thought. A helicopter was scrambled and zoo staff with tranquiliser guns brought to the scene.
What was the atmosphere like last night?
Very charged, a lot of excitement, a lot of armed police, helicopters. We were rushed to the scene in a blue light vehicle, so it was a lot of adrenaline and a lot of nervous energy, I guess, as well, because it's something no one had ever dealt with before.
Then today, in pursuit of the lion, came the circus.
That's brilliant.
Headlining the show, those holidaymakers who'd seen and snapped the beast.
Sure enough, I put my, look through the binoculars and, my first thoughts were, God, this is a lion. So I did say to the police, yes, we've got a lion, definitely we've got a large cat here.
Why were you so sure?
My eyes just wouldn't, they weren't lying. I mean, what you could see, we was only, 200, 300 metres away from it. So definitely, I'm going to say it was definitely a large cat.
And when it stood up, it stood about that high to the shoulder, and then the head would be above there, about that high altogether. It was a sort of a tanny beige colour.
Judge for yourself, here's the evidence. In the end, the police weren't convinced and the search was called off this afternoon.
So if it wasn't a lion, what was it? Well, if past cases are anything to go by, it could have been one of these.
Reports of a white tiger spotted in Southampton last year turned out to be of the stuffed toy variety. And it might look like the savannah, but police now believe it was a large domestic or wild cat, not a lion, stalking the fields of Essex. Jane Dodge, Channel 4 News, St Osyth.
Tonight's main news. A 5-year-old girl who was rescued from a Scottish loch after a canoe capsized has died in hospital. Gracie Mackay was the 3rd child to die in the tragedy. Ewan Beaton, who was 5, and his 2-year-old brother Jamie passed away last night after they were pulled from the water and airlifted to hospital. Their father is also feared to have drowned, and Coast Guards have called off their search for the night. One couple described how they'd seen one of the survivors desperately running for help.
As he got closer, he was still shouting and screaming help and what have you, and he just jumped the fence, ran across to us and more or less landed on the floor, and he just said, I don't know, he said, my mate's dead or my pal's dead. Drowned. He's drowned and there's kiddies in the sea.
And for a daily roundup of what we're doing on the programme, subscribe to Snowmail. Details are on our website. We'll be back tomorrow at 7, but right now at Jon Snow's Paralympic programme, and then us again tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye.